despite a Q4 report this afternoon from Advanced Micro Devices (AMD) that the company said showed strength across a range of new products. The Street scrutinized the many puts and takes, fixating especially on how fast the company's new server chip, Epyc, is coming to market, and how great a role blockchain and cryptocurrency uses played in results. AMD stock initially traded down but was up by 8 cents following the conference call this evening, at $12.95. AMD's Q4 revenue rose 34% in the December quarter, and is set to rise another 32% this quarter. Gross profit margin is set to rise another point from last quarter's level, to 36%. AMD expects to be cash flow positive for this year and for revenue to rise by double digits. Chief Executive Lisa Su said the Q4 rise in revenue had seen performance by GPUs, Ryzen and Epyc, but analysts wanted more. Among factors complicating things, the company's semi-custom business, which includes chips for Sony's SNE, PlayStation game console, and Microsoft's MSFD, Xbox, which would normally be down this quarter, will see a rise of $100 million, or thereabouts, from the prior year period, because of an accounting change that is affecting many companies, ASC 606. That rule requires a speed up in some recognition of revenue. For more on accounting standards codification, topic 606, see my post with Workday's CFO back in July. Sue emphasized that the tick-up in gross profit margin was due to the fact that we have strong products. Analysts wanted detail about how blockchain and crypto played into the results. Sue said blockchain-related sales had been 1/3 of the company's growth in its GPU unit in the quarter, so look, on the computing and graphics segment, we grew about $140 million sequentially, and if I look at that growth, it was across Ryzen and Radeon. If you look at blockchain in particular, our estimates are that it was about 1/3 of the growth, 1/3 of the $140 million, and then the rest of the 2/3 are around the GPUs, the other segments of GPUs and Ryzen. When I look going forward, clearly, blockchain is a little bit of a fluid and dynamic market. We did see some strength as we went into December. We see strength as we're going into the first quarter. I'm sure many of you have seen that the graphics channel is very low, and we're certainly working to replenish that channel environment. So we think that graphics in general is going to be strong into the first half, and that's some of what's contributing to our strong Q1 guidance. But overall, my comments are we're seeing nice momentum across Ryzen and all of the GPU segments, which is important for us as we go into 2018. When an analyst later returned to the matter of blockchain, and pressed Sue for an estimate of how much it was in dollar terms in Q4, and for 2017, Sue sought to turn the discussion back to the plethora of new products. We thought it was about mid-single digits % of our annual revenue. It may be a little bit higher than that. Let's call it 1 point or so, but it's really a lot of our growth is outside of the blockchain market. What we see in the market though is, because I know there's a lot of conversation about this out in the market, it is an important market. I mean, we're now seeing it from the standpoint of there is a lot of dynamic movements in the market, but it is consuming a lot of GPUs. It's a good part of our business, and we intend to sort of work with the large players to better forecast that business going forward. But I don't want that to take away from the fact that we had significant growth in the GPU business outside of blockchain, as we really ramped the Vega product line, as we ramped our GPU compute product line, as we ramped our Apple. And so those are all important pieces of our GPU story. Analysts asked if the Epyc server chip had finally made it into commercial sales, as opposed to early, proof-of-concept installations and design wins. Said Sue, we announced that the large OEMs are now qualified and starting to ship to end customers. I think we always knew that there was a qualification cycle to go through, but we've gotten through some of the major qualifications here in the fourth quarter. Later, when one analyst tried to compare AMD's server chip sales to Intel's INTC upbeat results last week, especially sales of server chips into enterprise customers, Sue said that given AMD's small market share, the two weren't comparable, but that we expect that Epyc should grow as we go through Q1 and the rest of 2018.